that the president you voted for is the same president that sent you fucking packing.
I love how blue this filter is and like how it makes me look like I have a full bait. It's such a effort. That's not what I came here to talk about. What I came here to talk about, and the reason why I also picked this filter is because these are very liberal blue talking points. So the Cubans, the white Cubans you alluded to in this video, and the president they had, who was later changed, and the reason why they fled was because that president changed. See, the president they voted for now is very much aligned to the president they had when things were Gucci for them in Cuba. See, these whites looking Cubans were of European Spanish descent who came here as colonizers and colonized several of the Caribbean islands in Latin America and then like all of Mexico, etc., etc. And so they worked those slave plantations with slave crops off of the backs of the Afro-Caribbean population because they were the only ones who were allowed to own wealth and people. The Spanish had created that caste system where the closer you were to whiteness, Europeanness, the more privileges that you had, which is now tying into what you said about the other population of Cubans that you see in America. The one that you gave an effeminate affect to when they say, I'm no black, I'm Cuban. That is a self-preservation under how commonly the American system sees and groups these ethnicities. So those Spanish systems, which were like, they had a chart based on the makeup and blend of your ethnicity, and that placed you at a certain level and gave you certain like societal privileges. What now in America is considered black, if you have any Afro heritage in you, now under America, these Afro-Cubans can then slot themselves closer to the proximity and privileges of whiteness by identifying as Latino and not as black. I think I remember seeing in the comments of this vid being like, I hope when you're referring to the dictatorship, you're referring to Batista and not Castro, because Batista, under the Batista regime that was very favorable and amicable to American interests, these white Cubans got to maintain their wealth under their current socioeconomic power structures, which was forcibly going to be taken from them once Fidel Castro got power. So a lot of them were like, no, I got this fair and square. This is all mine. And then they bounced to Florida. This is why I also said I don't fuck with the majority of Cuban Americans. Some are cool. Some that I find cool are, I'll give you one concession, like this presidency and the Fidel dictatorship does have a commonality, which I'm sure as a blue liberal, you are aware that Castro had very anti-gay policies, that he had an anti-gay agenda, much in the same way that this current evangelical Christian Trump-backed dictatorship fascist regime also has an anti-gay agenda. I know right now in the media it's presenting as primarily as anti-trans, but as the Project 25 outlines, they're also going to come after gay marriage. It hasn't even been around for like 20 years, and like they just want to strip away all the rights that homosexual partners had, and like makes more sense for like medical purposes and stuff like that. All of that's going to be taken away with Trump. So that's a commonality with Castro, but like from the economic sense, the it makes sense that white Cubans would want to put and impose the same power structure that consolidates wealth into a minority of a few people by voting for a president like Trump. Just thought I would